Hey Gemini, welcome to your tarot session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. I kept the best for last, of course. Gemini, you guys are always amazing supporters. And this past year, I've been reflecting on the past year a lot, and I've been journaling a lot these past few days. And I feel like I really got in touch with my Gemini side because I have Jupiter in Gemini, and I also have Venus in Gemini. And I feel like I kind of overlooked those parts of myself for a very long time, focusing on my sun, moon, rising. And I learned so much about myself through the power of your duality. I shared this a few times this year, but that was such an important revelation for me, that Gemini is the sign that can believe multiple truths at once. And I think that in the times that we live in, Gemini, this is it. This is the answer. That's the key. Everyone is so left or right, obsessed with which side they're choosing. And I think that Gemini is here to teach the world that, again, we can believe multiple truths at once. And being the mirror, the sacred mirror of the zodiac and of the tarot, I think that you're gonna keep on teaching people and inspiring people. In 2025, I feel like this could definitely become something truly obvious for you, like how inspiring you are to others. And I think that is gonna work as a fuel. Anyway, thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I just had to share this. Let's see what is the general energy for Gemini. December, Gemini. What is the general energy? 2 cards, okay. Page of Pentacles and 8 of Wands. And you also have at the bottom of the deck the Knight of Swords. So there's something that's coming in very, very fast. Before the end of the year, I think that there's something new that begins, something that's being initiated. So with the Page of Pentacles, we're talking about the deepest roots. When we are so rooted that we can identify, okay, what are the dead roots? What are the things that I'm ready to clear out of my life? What are the seeds that I planted this year? It's like this introspection. And with the 8 of Wands, it feels like something's finding you. It's the beginning of a very abundant journey, but it's a fast one. Like a year or a 2-year cycle that's just very intense. Everything moves very fast, but you are up for the ride. You are ready to take the ride. This is how I'm getting this, but I'm excited to start this session and see what this is about exactly. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords flew out of the deck right away. So let's honor that. Give me one more. Okay, 3 of Wands. So we already have 3. Okay. Trusting what comes next. That's what 3 means for me. So 6 of Pentacles. We have, of course, the symbol of the scale, which is so important. How in order to find balance, we need to make mistakes. We need to say the wrong thing. We need to do the wrong thing. And we need to, of course, take accountability for those mistakes, but to hold space for that. This is really about someone who understands the value of every time they effed up, every time, they did something and they wish they could have done things differently. Again, there's this introspection that's happening for you, and you're holding a lot of space for the younger part of yourself. The part of yourself that was, 15, 16, 17, 20 years old, that made certain decision based on maybe fear or their wounded self. With the Three of Swords, there's definitely some type of heartbreak or some type of a missing piece. Yeah, way more than the heartbreak. There's something about a missing piece here. Someone was fighting against injustice. They deserve to know what happened when they were young, when they were kiddos or teenagers. It feels like there's a secret that was kept from you. And you always felt that. You were always looking for the answer. Very interesting message that's coming up. And it could have felt like it broke your heart, but this is the sacred heart. This is the sacred heart. This is about someone who remained hopeful. Very, very courageous energy, brave energy. Someone who did not have all the answers, but still they pushed through, and they were never, never considered a victim. This is someone who is a warrior at heart. This is who you are, and no one can take that away from you. It's really one of your superpower. So with the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands, we're receiving answers, especially with this card here, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. It's very interesting how you're receiving either like an email, a phone call, a letter, or having a conversation that could change the rest of your life. It could be about where you come from, or it could be connected to where you potentially could go in the future. Again, there was so much mystery at one point, and I think you got used to that. You got used to navigating the unknown in a very specific, controlled way. But now, Gemini, infinite possibilities. You're really taking a leap of faith here with the Three of Wands. This is my leap of faith card, way more than the Fool card. The Three of Wands is like, let me try this. Let me say yes. Because whatever blocked you, whatever blocked you now, which felt like a sword in your heart, is just being taken out. And all of the future experiences are going to be healing those wounds, are going to be helping healing you more and more and more with each experiences. But yeah, you're receiving, and I'm seeing it as a letter. It's so weird. I really see it in my mind as someone is receiving a letter. And they might be like, okay, is that a Christmas card? What is this? Is that a written letter? Like, why am I receiving this? And if it's not a written letter that you receive, it feels like your guides want you to know that there's a lot of intention. There's a lot of care put in the words. This is not someone who's just trying to end a crisis. It really is about someone who knows that you deserve the answer. Why is this so specific? Oh my goodness. If you know me a little bit, I'm sure that you're hearing how different my tone is right now. There is so much information coming in for someone, and I just want to honor that. Someone is really wanting you to know what happened. They know you deserve the truth, and they really want you to move out of this mental prison. And I think that this is not necessarily something that blocked you, but it definitely changed the path in some way. It had a lot of control over your self-esteem is what I'm getting. This is such a specific message, and just so interesting for me to receive all this information. Okay, Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this situation created a fear of lack, the fear of not being enough, the fear of not having enough. It's like someone either left you or someone did not give you what you deserved, what was yours in some way. And maybe for a while you felt like you had to fight this energy, but you chose to surrender, you chose to move on with your life. And recently there could have been a lot of stuff coming up, like feeling like your heart is more tender, feeling like there are things from the past that are just hitting you like waves randomly, and you don't really understand it, but it has a purpose, it has a meaning. So the Page of Wands is here. Something's being initiated, something begins, and it's passionate, it's exciting, and it's just a beginning. This is connected to this leap of faith for sure. Let me try this. Let me see what I can do with this. Finally, I have the answer and I can move out of, I'm seeing this as a mental prison. A mental prison. But I keep getting the word lie. It's like you were lied to or someone kept something from you. And now you're getting older and you're maturing and you don't want to hold anger. You don't want to be someone who is angry. You don't want to hold any grudges. You just want to move on. And I think you're getting the opportunity to do that. And this is something that happens fast. It's in the next few weeks. And again, it's initiating this a few years, 1, 2, or 3 years. We have three, so it could definitely be 3 years of a new cycle that just, it's blessing after blessing after blessing. And what you're going to have to overcome is this fear of not having enough, not being enough. You're going to have to trust the rhythm of the universe here. Because I think you found your own rhythm. I think that you know yourself well enough to trust that no matter what, you will be okay. You have yourself till the end, no matter what. You will always find a way to crack the code. You will always find a cheat code if you need. But with the 5 of Pentacles here, it's like your values, your whole value system is getting this shake up. There's this recalibrating here. And I think that when you feel tested, the brain is going to invite you into believing that you're taking a step back, but it's not the truth. And the invitation of the 5 of Pentacles is, can you ask for help? Can you say, I need help. I need you to listen. I am not alone in this, and I don't have to move through this alone. And the 2 of Swords is here. And in this moment, I really feel like, again, you're going to be challenged. We have 6, 5, 3, 2. There's this step back, but again, it's an illusion. It's the brain telling you, see, again, you did not heal. You did not grow. You're doing the same thing. You cannot change everything just by snapping your fingers. It's not because you healed. It's not because you evolved and you changed that you're not gonna make mistakes. You have to understand the value of those mistakes. This is what is coming up for you. Mistakes are so valuable. They really are. And they can feel so heavy. They can feel like what the 3 of Swords look like. But they have so much value and they add value. And there's this misconception that the more we mess up in life, the less valuable we are as a person, the less lovable we are, desirable. And that is total BS. That is total BS. Whatever you've been through, it's your story. Whatever happened to you is not outside of your path. It's part of the path. It was always part of this path. And the 2 of Swords is mental strength. and physical strength, emotional strength. It's how you are able to control the beast within you, how you are able to move through the cycles. That's why there's the moon here. This card is connected to moon in Libra. So it really is about finding balance with those cycles, understanding that we're constantly changing, we're constantly going to make mistakes, and that if we're looking for perfection, we're never going to be happy. Perfectionism is part of the beast. It's part of this illusion. It's the blindfold here in front of your eyes. Perfectionism in this, especially for the ones of us who have been forced, and I would even say traumatized into believing that it makes us better humans if we never ask for help, if we do everything on our own. A lot of us have been traumatized into believing that the more independent you are, the better you are as a person. It's not true. Vulnerability is part of that. It's contained in that strength. So really this past year for you was a lesson on strength. And that's very interesting because the strength card was actually our card of 2024. We are now about to enter a hermit card year, which is going to be amazing. It's all about consistency and intention. But anyway, I'm definitely going to record a video just on that. So we have the star, and I'm not surprised. This is the deepest healing energy of the tarot. The cards are inviting you to not quantify the things that you accomplished in 2024, Gemini. It's not about the money that you made. It's not about how your body looks and how much you have and how much you did. The cards are saying, can you stop quantifying for a second, and can you let go of perfectionism in this moment, because what you accomplished is not quantifiable. It is bigger than what you can give yourself credit for right now. A lot of you full on reinvented yourself. You made something possible, something that began in your mind, and it's just the beginning. So the star card is inviting you to see beyond the material, to see beyond the obvious, to see beyond the number in your bank account and the car that you drive and how your body looks and the clothes that you're wearing. Because again, the lessons that you learn are just so valuable. And those tools really are going to be part of your toolkit forever. You're going to bring those tools with you in the future. So then when you receive abundance, when you accomplish certain things that are meant to be quantified, it's not just going to be about that. There's going to be the balance between those two. Because sometimes we have to count. Sometimes we need to know how much we need to. We're all trying to make a living. We're all trying to make ends meet. You deserve to want more. You're allowed to want more. But I think that right now there are deeper themes that just want to come up to the surface. And it's like the universe is wanting to slap you in the face really gently, but like, hey, wake up. Can you see how much deeper this is? And we have the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. I'm not surprised that we have, look at that. Look at this row. 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. And I'm sure that a lot of folks who don't understand the tarot, who don't live the tarot really, they would be scared of that row. But again, you can see the value in that. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning, You are able to see multiple truths at once. You are a great teacher, Gemini, because you can understand that the Five of Cups might look sad and scary and dramatic. But this is about making space for grief at your table. This is about saying, you know what? This shadow part of myself, it's here and it's not going anywhere. And to make space for vulnerability, which is not easy for a Gemini. It's just not easy for you to be vulnerable. But I think you've learned to hold space for all the difficult feelings and all the experiences. This is about someone who is about to experience probably one of the biggest success of their lives. And in order to experience that, they had to go through all the fives and the Three of Swords and the ups and downs. There's no star card without the Tower card, Gemini. There's no healing without the universe taking something away from you, or you moving through something that is so painful. For some of you, it's trauma. For others, you can see it as a heartbreak or a challenge. It's something that happened in your past. If you can pinpoint the hardest thing that you've been through, that happened, and maybe you don't feel like it was meant to be, which I hold space for. I don't believe that everything traumatic is meant to be. I don't believe that. Trust me. I feel like I cannot do this to my inner child, this part of me that has been through so much trauma. I cannot tell her it was all meant to be, because I don't believe it. I don't believe that people deserve to suffer and that it's meant to be. But I am able to see life through the eyes of me, of Kim at 35 years old. And I not only can count my blessing, but I make them count. And this is the power of Gemini here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. What are you dedicated to, Gemini? What do you want to be consistent with? This is Virgo. This is connected to Hermit. Again, you are stepping in a Hermit year as a collective. It's going to be very, very important to stay consistent, not perfectionist. It's not how much we do. It really is about showing up. So what do you want to dedicate time to in 2025? Think about that. Think about that. Write about it. Talk about it. Meditate on it. Reflect on it. Ground your ideas. And the more rooted you can be, the more rooted and present and intentional you can get, the higher you will ascend in the next 2 to 3 years. Let's pick an oracle card. Gemini, you guys, I swear. And I really want to thank anyone who listens till the end. I know there's a very few of you. People don't have a long attention span. And unfortunately, people a lot of the times listen to tarot readings for the wrong reasons. They want that instant gratification. But tarot is a mirror. It's supposed to be challenging because it's a tool that helps you grow and heal. And I have so much respect for the tarot. And I hope it shows in my sessions that there's no way I can rush a reading. There's no way I can just try to tell people what they want to hear. I'm holding space for what you need to hear. And I promise that I will do this for as long as I can. And we have yes, just go for it. Okay, so this is a big yes from the universe, from your guide saying, Gemini, again, what do you want to build in 2025? What do you want to be consistent with? Because if you promise yourself that you can show up, look at the improvement. Again, we go from the 6 to the 5. There's the sense of I'm taking a step back, but actually no, I go from the 5 to the 8. This is a collaboration. This is about hard work paying off. This is about you transforming every day through your dedication. And the amount of abundance, you cannot even quantify it because it's so big. This is going to be life-changing, Gemini. Stay hopeful. The star card. Take the star card out of your tarot deck. Find a picture of the star card that you like. Put it on your phone as a background. I think that this is going to be your guide for 2025. Every time your mind brings you into fear, into doubt, get hopeful again. And always remember this superpower that you have. You can see beyond yes or no, beyond left or right, beyond black or white. It just is about multiple truths. And I think that by remembering that, you will ascend, baby, as high as ever. I'm sending so much love, Gemini. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you guys next week.